right, everybody, how you doing? Captain Jack here. We looks like we got some good sound via the Bose. Hopefully that's true. Hopefully that's true. Let me go over to the. Okay, yep. Hey, Rob Bigler is here. Thank you for being there. Polo is there. Polo. By the way, Polo. Yeah, I need a 2X. I need a 2X, Polo. Jimmy Farrell is here. And thank you, Polo, for doing that. Polo was actually, he was saying that he would help me out by getting me a Black Hole t-shirt for the winter. Ken Mendelson. So we got Robert Bigler. Robert Bigler, the Chiefs fan, is here first. Shame, shame, shame. Polo, thank you. Jared. And the Pittsburgh fan is third. What does that say about you, Raider Nation? I don't know. Jay Moose, thanks for coming in. Raider Nation, make some noise! I'm pretty sure you can actually hear me, which is good. I'm gonna check the settings. Stand by a second. Okay. I got audio. I got the microphone. That is good to go. The stream. Yep. Everything is looking good. Okay. So we got everything. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. I got you. Ken. And that is what I'm looking forward to, is the fact that the season is upon us right now. Okay? If the Raiders wanted to do anything this year, they need to show something starting Sunday against the Tennessee Tuxedos, the Flaming Thumbtacks, the team that they have had no issues in the past beating. And that's been, I think, all three of those games, by the way, have been in Tennessee. I don't recall Tennessee coming out to Oakland. In fact, I did hear, and I'm going to grab some iced tea real quick. I did hear the interview today where Ryan Tannehill was on the Rich Eisen show. Because when I'm at work, I need to listen to or see something. So I had the Rich Eisen show on Fox Radio. Listening to his interview with Rich Eisen. This is his first time in Oakland. Now, he's, like I said, he's beaten the Raiders 3 times. One of those times was in London, and I did have all the stats. I think it was like 38-7 or 38-10. I think it was 38-7. There's my Valerie. Love me some Val. Love me some Val. And so he's beaten Oakland at a home game, but he's never been to Oakland. He's 3-0 against Derek Carr. Let me make sure. Is he 2-0 against? No, he beat Carson Palmer once. So he's 2-0 against Carr. Carr's 0-2 against him. He beat Carson Palmer once, and that was way early in his career. But the fact is that it's a nerve thing. I was at that London game too, at Ken, and it was horrible to watch. The Raiders scored the first touchdown, and then they never scored the rest of the game. Okay, Jared, I hope you're right. Because I'll tell you right now, the way the Raiders are playing and the way the Titans are playing, the Titans have a better defense right now. They definitely have a better offense. Special teams as well. Coaching. Mike Vrabel. Great defensive mind. if you go with the way that the teams have been playing the last, I would say, 4 games, Titans are playing better. That's not me hating on the Raiders. That's not me hating on her. You guys know I'm not going to hate on my team. I am very analytical. I'm very honest. If you go by the way these teams have been playing, the Raiders need to show up. And I hope everybody's right that says that the Raiders are going to win. By the way, as I watch this game, remember, and this sticks in my craw, but if you're a Raiders fan, you got to root for the Cowboys tonight, because every loss that the Bears have makes that pick that we have from them that much better. So even though most Raider fans don't want to see a Cowboys win, they got to tonight. And thank you, that great segue, Ed, and I appreciate you saying that. For those that did not see the reports, Mike Glennon is no longer the number 2 quarterback. DeShone Kizer has replaced him as the number 2 quarterback, and that means if Carr does not have a good game, look for a hook, because the Raiders will want to see what they have with DeShone Kizer, because we know what we got with Mike Glennon. He's a statue, and it's not really anything that we can build on. But DeShone Kizer, possibly, in theory, is something the Raiders could build on. Nathan Peterman is something the Raiders can build on. And, you know, I was actually watching a video the other night, and, Vince is in the house too. Yarg to you as well, brother. I still say that the Raiders will draft a quarterback this year, or, and this is something else, maybe there's another quarterback on somebody else's roster that they can pry off their roster for a decent low round pick. Okay. And I give you the example of the Atlanta Falcons drafting some guy from Southern Miss by the name of Brett Favre. And they traded with the Falcons to get Brett Favre on their team. Jacqueline Jones, thank to see you there, honey. Always good to see you. And the rest is history, though, because I don't want Cam Newton, Jimmy. No, I don't want Cam Newton. If anything, if Jay Gruden becomes our offensive coordinator, then there's a possibility that Andy Dalton might want to come here, because Andy Dalton had a very good time with Jay Gruden as offensive coordinator. Oh, I'm speaking my mind. I'm speaking my mind, Mr. Jones. Jordan Love from Utah State. Vince, I'll be honest. I don't have enough time in the day. I don't have enough time in the day to do my job, do these things, go to the games that I can go to, and I don't scout college football as much as I should. Jalen Hurts would be interesting there, Mike, and it would be cool to see Jalen Hurts here. The Raiders need a strong, mobile, athletic quarterback. Mike Serra, good to see you as well. Getting Ron Rivera on the team. Jimmy Farrell, I'd like to have Ron Rivera as my defense coordinator, but Ron Rivera is going to be coaching in the NFL next year. For who? Remains to be seen. If Ron Rivera is coaching as a head coach next year, unless he takes the year off or does some offers with the what do you call it, with TV become an analyst. He might take the year off if he doesn't like the teams that he might be offered jobs with. Urban Liar to Dallas would be funny. Urban Liar to Dallas would be funny. Okay, and let's get this up. Let's get the there we go. We're gonna get that up there. McCarthy from the Packers gonna be back next year. We'll see. Okay, I'm turning the phone on. Google Hangouts is up. The line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. This is a talk show, which means it works a hell of a lot better. It works a hell of a lot better if I'm not the only person talking. So hopefully you guys will hook me up. Rivera to Chicago is a possibility, but it depends upon if they want to hang out here. Jimmy Farrell, you're first up tonight. How you doing, brother? What's going on?
How's it going, Captain?
I'm good. Ed Winchell, you're going to have to wait. Sorry there, Ed. Ed Winchell, you're going to have to wait. Jimmy Farrell is on the line. You're going to have to wait. Go ahead there, Jimmy. How you doing, by the way?
Well, I'm feeling better tonight because my Islanders are winning 2-1, so that helps.
Good. Okay, well, just for you, I'm glad you're feeling good about your Islanders. You know, I don't really care about the Islanders, but I like it when they do things to make you feel better, brother. That I will say.
And your Flyers are doing well too.
Well, the last time I checked, they were down 1-0 from the Coyotes. So did they? Are they winning better now? Are they winning now, or?
I think it's intermission, and I think it's still 1-0.
Oh, okay, still 1-0. Okay, yeah. Well, that's what I thought. Again, the Flyers have been doing very well recently, and it's always good. I mean, I don't know. I don't look at the playoff spotting until like at least February, because it really doesn't. It really doesn't matter until then.
Hey, I want Ron Rivera on this team. We have to get him. He grew up a Raider fan. Put him on the defensive coordinator. You got to get him.
Okay, but
he'd be a perfect fit.
He would be, but does Ron Rivera want to coach under John Gruden?
Say that again.
Ron Rivera, and I was going to mention that I believe that he grew up as a Raider fan.
He did, yeah.
So, but would Ron Rivera want to coach underneath John Gruden?
I don't see why not.
Well, remember though, you're talking about a man that's been a head coach.
Because, well, how about this? What if things are going wrong in Vegas and Mark Davis yanks Gruden, and then you got your next coach right there?
Okay, so so what you're saying is that you're telling Ron Rivera, come onto this team, and eventually we're going to phase Gruden out, because I don't think Gruden is going to be doing that 10-year contract. I really don't.
No, I don't think so either. I don't even think he's going to do 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. I can see 5 years, but you'd have to pretty much have it in a contract. And I don't think you can actually have it in a contract. You'd have to have it in a legal document that you have to keep under wraps by a lawyer.
Right. I mean, you could get his brother and make him the offensive coordinator. I don't have a problem with that.
No, I do believe that Jay Gruden will be the offensive coordinator. That I believe. Yeah.
And what's his face will be gone.
What's his face?
For the second time.
Greg Olson. Because Greg Olson.
He'll be gone the second time. Yeah. And I don't want him anymore, okay?
Oh, I don't either. I mean, to be honest, Greg Olson has done really nothing for the Raiders as offensive coordinator. The only success that the Raiders have had recently was when Musgrave was the offensive coordinator. Yeah. And we'll see this.
Right. And as far as Carr, I hate to say this, but I don't think he's the answer. I mean, you can't beat he doesn't even run. There was a play in that Chiefs game on his left side was wide open. He could have ran in for a touchdown.
Yeah.
The kid does not run anymore. This is a running quarterback league now.
Yes.
You know? And then when he threw the first pick, what does he do? He sits on the sideline and it looks like he's sulking. Instead of what Holmes does is he stands next to his coach or he's looking at, why did I do wrong? And he just looks dumbfounded. And I hate that. I mean, I really like Carr, but he's been on this team long enough, and there is just no improvement. I mean, I know the team is hurt, but and another thing, that offensive line against the Chiefs, they were mauled.
They were horrible. Yeah.
And then another thing is that Gruden, they lost that game. I mean, what's the Chiefs' weakness?
The Chiefs'
defensive line.
Yeah, and they should have continued to run.
With Jacobs.
Right.
They didn't do that. There was a 4th-and-1 play. Jacobs starts running the huddle, and then they took him out. Like, where the hell is he going?
Well,
and they put this other kid in, and he got nothing.
Well, you do realize that Jacobs has been allegedly, per him on Twitter, or was it Instagram, has been playing with a separated shoulder since the Packers game.
Oh, really? But he doesn't look like he's playing with a separated shoulder the way he runs.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Apparently, it's one of those things where he's not going to be doing any more damage to it, although I can't see how that's actually an agreeable thing. But allegedly, there's not going to be any more damage that can be done to that shoulder, which is why he's still playing the way he's playing. But, you when something is known... Oh, sorry. I apologize. It's not separated. It's fractured. Thanks there.
It's fractured?
Yeah.
If it's fractured, why is he playing? He's going to ruin his career like that.
There you go.
Just sit him. I mean, they're not going anywhere, all right? I'm sorry to say this, Ray fan. This team is not going nowhere. I don't think they're making the playoffs. I think they're going to be 1-4 the last 4 games. Maybe possibly 2-2. And it's just not going nowhere. They're not going to make the wild card. I said this weeks ago that this is not a playoff team. And if you're playing a kid with a fractured shoulder, you could end his career. It makes it worse.
Yeah, and
if he can't play, just sit him out for the year. I mean, the whole team is all banged up as it is. I mean, what's the point?
I do agree.
Wreck his career.
I do agree.
I mean, I'm frustrated as far as anybody else. I mean, watching that Jet game was a killer, man. I mean, they were never in that game. I have no idea what the hell happened.
Yeah, well, I don't think the Raiders have any idea what happened to that Jets game. And the bad thing is that the Raiders, if they continue to dwell on the crap that they've been playing the last 2 games, they're going to continue to spiral down.
They've been more than crap. They've been they're playing like they're the worst team in football. I mean, look at the Bengals. They beat the Jets. They got their ass kicked, and then we lost to the Jets. I don't understand this.
Any given Sunday. Oh, Jimmy, I'm going to let you go, but you have a good night. Always good hearing from you, brother.
Take care.
All right. That was Jimmy Farrell, and we get our report from Pittsburgh with Jared. Jared, how you doing, brother?
How you doing, Captain Jack? What's going on?
Hey, it's another fine day in the city, and we're hanging out, talking football, so that's not a bad thing.
No, not at all. However, I did say in the chat, though, there's been rumors going around in the baseball circles, however, that Garrett Cole is almost ready to lock down a deal with the Yankees. But Eddie and I were just talking in the chat, however, it looks like the Angels or the Dodgers are going to make one big pitch to him as well, considering the Angels just signed a new 30-year lease to play in their stadium yesterday.
Yeah, the Angels got the grounds, the stadium plus the grounds that they had They were Anaheim sold it to them, so they're sitting pretty. I don't remember the exact amount that they paid, but it was a song. They got it for a song.
Oh, no question about it. Now they need the biggest, maybe ace card of them all, however, and that's to be Mr. Cole coming home, however, or Strasburg. I mean, right now, we saw Zach Wheeler sign with the Phillies the other day, however. I mean, a big deal there, and the Mets are kicking themselves about that, but that's a nice arm for the Phillies to have. But right now, however, there has been no big activity yet, but I think with the winter meetings coming up, I think it starts next week in San Diego. I think you're going to starting to see the dominoes start to fall with Rendon, Strasburg, and also Cole.
Actually, I think it starts this weekend, if I'm not mistaken. I think it starts tomorrow.
Well, we'll see what happens this week, however. I mean, this week is going to be a very interesting weekend. Plus, you got, like I said, some good calls. Championships this week, but the bowl games will be announced on Sunday, so we'll see what happens there. However, I mean, this weekend is going to be a very, very fun week.
Yeah, I will be here. I am not going to the game, so I will be on immediately after the Raiders game. I'm gonna go on Facebook, give everybody like about a half an hour or so to get spun up. Do like I did tonight, do a preview on Facebook, get people over here, and hopefully we'll have a good crowd over on YouTube for the post-game show, because depending upon what goes on, the season for the Raiders could end this Sunday.
It could, and the Steelers also could have their season come to an end. My friend flew out to Phoenix this morning, however. Him and his friend are flying out to the Arizona game, and right now they're saying again, no Juju, no James Conner. I mean, Duck's going to get a lot of snaps this week. He's going to play. But like I said, I'm just still so miffed about last week that the Steelers game for next week, however, on my birthday, switched from a 1 o'clock game to an 8:20 prime time game. I mean, CBS had the rights to that game, and now they haven't said anything about the Jets and Baltimore game like we said last week, but they're going to probably switch that eventually at some point, too.
So you're mad because they made your birthday game a night game?
Yeah, because I had plans originally early that day. However, after my sister got off work, if she got done early, or depending if she got off for the night, however, we were supposed to go out to dinner and everything like that with my nieces and my mom and dad and everything like that. Yeah,
okay.
Next Sunday is my birthday, so yeah, I'll get over it. I'm not too bitter about it, but I do have a friend coming down with his wife from Buffalo. I got to call him next week sometime. Hopefully he'll come down, and it's supposed to be nice pretty much early next week, but watch, that'll change probably by the next weekend, and we'll probably get a nice storm, like the Northeast got earlier this week, however.
Okay. Here's the point. Advance happy birthday for you, whichever day it is, and
Next Sunday. Thank you.
Yeah, and so because this will be the last time I hear from you, other than when you do your next call, and so advance happy birthday there. Many, many more to all the people that are out there that are watching and listening, and I appreciate that. It's great, and we can't have good shows without the people that are here.
Yes, exactly. And like I said, it's going to be very, and like I said, this week, I think the Raiders coming home, they're going to be ready. They've got to be ready. Like you said, this is their do or die game this weekend. They've got to be ready to take Tannehill down. I think they'll be ready. And then next week, obviously, is going to be a very emotional day, however, but it's also going to be, hopefully the weather will cooperate and have the sun shining bright, and they can just basically kick the Jaguars to the curb, and send them home limping with their tails between their legs.
Don't go to the Jaguars game. That's next Sunday, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you got to beat the Titans first, and we'll see what they got to go on. And like I said, I will know Sunday night whether that there is any life left in this team. And by the way, if the Raiders lose Sunday, I really think that you need to shut down. Josh Jacobs so that he doesn't get any more injury. He's already at 1,000 yards. In my mind, in my estimation, Josh Jacobs is the rookie of the year, at least for
no question. He's been a train. I mean, he has been such a good thing for the Raiders to have, and I think if he just keeps on staying healthy in the years to come, he'll be the next great back and the next Pop late Marcus Allen. We'll see. I mean, this guy has a motor to him, and he just hits the hole, and he just hits it hard, and that's what you like in a good running back.
Right. I like his attitude. I like his determination. I like everything that he is about him. So, can't really say that the Raiders whiffed on the draft. They whiffed it. They whiffed in one person in free agency, and they whiffed with. Don't say his name. Don't say his name. We don't mention his name. But they also paid a little bit too much for LaMarcus Joyner. So I'm hoping that the Raiders will address some of the things that they need to get fixed before next year. Jacqueline, my Chamoran love Jacqueline. I got to see you as well. Jacqueline says I have permission to carry her, so I can't wait to do that. And that's even without husband available, so that's cool. But Jacqueline says that the Raiders are looking to Las Vegas to win a Super Bowl. It's going to happen, Jacqueline, but it just needs to see when that's going to happen. So we'll see.
Vegas is getting a lot of things, not only with the Raiders, however, they're going to have the Pac-12 championship game moved there starting next year, however. This is the last year Santa Clara is hosting, and tomorrow night we're going to see a good game between Utah and Oregon, I feel.
Now, that's tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow night on ABC, correct,
okay.
8 o'clock.
And then Army-Navy is Saturday, I believe.
No, it's a week from Saturday, however, the 14th. This Saturday's Baylor, Oklahoma. You got Clemson and Virginia Saturday night, however. You got Ohio State, Wisconsin, and of course the big one on CBS at 4, which is going to be the game, Georgia and LSU. That's the game I'm really looking forward to seeing.
Okay, so I didn't realize that Army-Navy was after all the championship games. Okay, well then there you go. And remember, go Navy, beat Army. Just
yes,
to say.
I have a friend who I have to tell that. I have two friends. One football went to my alma mater. One is I don't know if he's playing for Army now or not. They were in Hawaii last week. And the other one, however, I know he went to Navy, however, and I think he's a coach. He is now, I think, a coach with the Navy. He went to my high school and everything like that, and I think he's one of their defensive coaches. His name's Mickey Yokaitis. I think he's their D-line coach now for the Naval Academy. So, yeah, I think they're playing at the Link next Saturday.
Well, if you get a hold of him, tell him that you call in to Captain Jack's show, but make sure you tell him Captain Jack is a retired Navy chief and is very, very staunchly pro-Navy, and he needs to send me an Academy hat.
I will. I'll talk to probably his brother this week, and I see his brother, and he lives down the street from me here in my neighborhood, but I haven't talked to Mickey in a while, but I'll tell him to talk to Mickey for you because I know he'll see Mickey probably next week when he goes over to Philly to see Mickey over there for the game. So I'll probably talk to his brother probably next Tuesday, and I know he'll be going over to Philly probably next Thursday or Friday, so I'll put a word in for you.
And I'm still waiting on Bruce.
I know. I've talked to my buddy Matt. My buddy Matt's birthday's next week, too. We're 2 days. It's so weird. We're like brothers, however. We tailgate together. We hang out a lot together. And like I said, his dad, however, works with my father, who's going to retire 2 weeks from tomorrow, which is really cool. But Matt and I are like brothers in a way. We live in different areas of Pittsburgh. He's in the South Hills of Pittsburgh, where Bruce is. I'm in the north suburbs. But he's 2 days apart from me in birthdays. He's the 13th. I'm the 15th. So we're 2 days apart. So it's going to be pretty fun next week. I'm going to catch up with Dad probably on Wednesday and have lunch with him. So I'll let you know about that.
All right, Jared, got to have you go. I appreciate you calling in. That was Jared, and I wanted to make sure. See, it's one of those things. I try to get to the callers as I can. Jared, I didn't mean to, like I said, I wanted to make sure I had the outro. Ruben was calling. Ruben, please call back. Because Ruben, I hit Ruben for the call, and then Ruben dropped. So Ruben, please call back. We had the outro again. Great hearing from Jared, as we always do. So Ruben, you were calling in. Let's get that taken care of. Line is open 813-699-0834. Ed Winchell's talking about the construction, and again, I have a source who has a source. That's the best way I can say it. I have a source that has a source that states that there is some issues with the construction in the Oakland Stadium, and we have Ruben. Ruben's back on the line. Ruben, how you doing, brother?
Doing pretty good.
Talk to me, brother. You got the line.
Okay, Captain, I got this, because everybody wants to blame Carr, blame this, blame that. How come that nobody's mentioning the fact that when Del Rio and Musgrave had Carr, look what they did with him. I think he was with them for 2.5 years, and Carr's been under 3 different coaches with 3 different systems. Nobody really says about that. They're going by game. Oh, he sucks. He's this, he's that. Okay, say that all you want. People that sit on the couch that want to call it what it is. How come Gruden is getting out coached by all these guys? Because he's been in the booth for 10 years? No, because he's calling the wrong fucking plays. Sorry for cussing, but that's how I feel because that's what I see in the game. Now, you compare the Kansas City game with the Bears game, go look at the play calling, how aggressive we were when we were behind, and not mentioning the penalties that were against us as well. And we overcame that. What? We had the ball at the 3-yard line, went down 97 yards, even did a fake punt, and they kept going to the tight end. But we don't see none of that now, have you? You haven't seen that in the Jets game. You didn't really see that in the Bengals game, and you didn't see none of that in the Kansas City game. So you want to keep putting the blame on Carr? Go ahead. It ain't going to change the fact of what Gruden's doing.
Okay.
And if he doesn't run the ball, you got a quarterback, okay, you say he doesn't run the ball? Well, if he's been instructed not to run, okay, why should he be running? If he's running, that's because your receivers are not getting open. If your receivers are not getting open, because your play calling sucks.
Okay, now,
bottom line.
Ruben, I got you. I agree. And you do have a lot of things that are correct, but here's the thing. Derek Carr, and I saw the stat, Derek Carr has 2 wins against Kansas City. Both of them are on Thursday nights, and both of them are in Oakland, okay? So Derek Carr does have an issue against the Kansas City Chiefs. That is true. Derek Carr does have receivers that are not breaking open. That is true. John Gruden, who, if you say is the play caller, is getting out coached. That is true. I can't
see how he's not calling the plays.
Okay, well, here's the
thing. He's letting Olsen call the plays, and then Olsen needs to go.
Ruben, I understand what you're saying, but this is a team game. This is a team game. And the Raiders are getting schooled by the Cincinnati Bengals, who they barely beat, and they got their asses handed to them by the New York Jets and the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't care that it was in the cold. I don't care that it was in the cold.
The play calling is too simple, Captain.
Well, that is...
why are they able to figure out what Gruden's doing? We're not even fooling anybody.
Well,
and you want to blame the offense? Look how many points the defense is giving up. Ooh, they scored 40 points? Hell, that should have been higher than that. People don't look at it, the game for what it is. I think they did a pretty damn good job containing them to 40 points because they did stop them at 4th down when it was 7-0. That was the perfect time to get back into the game. But you're not producing nothing on offense because your play calling sucks.
The defense gave up 31 points.
Yeah.
31 points. Okay, not 40 because they gave up a pick 6.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying the total points is 40.
I got you. But let's be analytical here. If you're going to say the defense gave up 40, I'm going to say you're wrong. The team gave up 40.
The team gave up 40.
Yeah, the team gave up 40. The defense gave up 31.
Yeah, and Mahomes scored one of those touchdowns. With the guy off on the right side to protect their left side. Nowhere to be found. He walked in. He could have fell down, got up, and ran, and still would have made the touchdown.
Okay, well, this is a team game. You win as a team, you lose as a team. Carr's not doing well. Gruden is not calling plays well. Tyrell Williams can't catch a cold, okay? The only people, to my estimation, the only people that have been playing above and beyond this season, the only people that are playing above and beyond this season are Max Crosby, Josh Jacobs, and Jonathan Hankins. That's what I see. That's what I see.
They got to get the ball in the tight end's hands early, or any of the players early, and they're not doing that. Even if the passes are short, you can't continue to keep thinking you can go downfield on every play.
Okay.
Or like when they gave the ball to Davis, when he could have cut back and got the 1st down, he didn't. He went around the blocker where the blocker could get him.
Right. Wait a second. So if the play calling on that was actually, it was a good play call, it was execution. Is that on Gruden or is that on Davis? And you know where Davis is right now? He's looking for a job. Okay. He got David Dunn. You guys remember years and years ago when it was Gruden 1.0, David Dunn dropped a punt return, And I think it might have been against Kansas City. David Dunn dropped a punt return and they recovered it for a touchdown. And the next effing day, I don't even think it was the next effing day. I think it was within hours. His ass was cut.
Yeah, they let him go.
He was cut. So Davis got cut because he fucked up. And I'm sorry I swore there too. Okay.
You said it right.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
But here's the thing. This is a team game. The Raiders are playing over. Oh, Davis is in Miami. Okay, thanks, Jerry Lopez. Because he has ability, but he wasn't using it up here.
And people ignore it too. Like when Gruden was at the press conference, he blamed himself. He said, "It's my fault. I need to do a better job of getting Carr prepared. I let him down." And everybody, like the fans that are attacking Carr, they're ignoring that. You got the coach admitting that he's to blame.
Nah,
he knows what he's calling is not working.
You know what, Ruben? Honestly, I think that it is a matter of John Gruden not wanting to get into Derek Carr's psyche because Derek Carr is fragile mentally. In my estimation, Derek Carr is not the type of player that enjoys being. You remember when you got a drill sergeant like you've seen in all the movies? You know, the drill sergeant in your face, going like this. What's your malfunction, maggot? And that's what's going on.
At some point, okay, you would see Gannon get in Gruden's face when Gannon didn't agree with him. I haven't seen that in Carr because Carr just seems like he's just going along with everything. Gruden says something, he does it. He doesn't get in his face, he doesn't disagree, he goes to the bench, he starts looking at a little tab. That's what I'm saying.
I got to get to the next call. Thanks for calling in, partner. It's always good hearing from you. Okay.
Controlling everything.
All right, thanks again for calling. That was Ruben, and this is 304. I think this is hardcore, is it?
Nope, it's Tommy.
Tommy, okay, I apologize, Tommy. Your name's, again, sometimes the name comes up and it doesn't. How you doing there, Tommy?
I'm all right. And to answer your question,
yes,
when you said about Navy and Army, the reason it's moved to next week after everything is because Navy's in a conference now. They're in that American.
Okay.
And with them being in that conference, they could possibly win that game, so it pushes that Army-Navy game back.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but I agree with Ruben.
Okay. Talk to me.
I'm so sick and tired of everybody hating on Carr. This shit's getting on my fucking nerves. It's to the point now where I don't even want to listen to the Bear anymore. And I like the Bear. I have no problem with him. It's just, and I've stayed off of Facebook because I'm tired of the bashing. This man goes out, he wins games, he puts up, you don't hear a peep. Don't hear a peep. Everybody's quiet. So I guess it's Carr's fault 31 points was given up. I guess it's Carr's fault that, I don't know, offensive line can't block. I guess it's Carr's fault that Gruden's being outcoached and this offense is simple. I guess it's Carr's fault that we don't have corners besides Trayvon Mullins. I'm sorry, this dude's going to be a stud.
Yeah, I agree. I think so, too.
I think Trayvon, I said it as soon as he was drafted. I love that draft pick of Trayvon Mullins. This kid's going to be a stud. As long as the NFL doesn't decide to beat down and want to change pass interference calls on him.
Yeah.
I still can't get over that.
Yeah.
On the Josh Jacobs injury.
Yes.
He has came out. He had to sign a waiver by everything that I have heard to say that if he gets hurt, the team is not responsible.
Okay.
He is playing it.
Okay.
They have put in extra. They put an extra pad underneath the shoulder pad to protect it. He has been taught how to land, how to take a hit, and everything.
Okay. Well, now let me ask you, Tommy. Let me ask a question then. If the Raiders are eliminated from the playoffs and I had to say the words Raiders and playoffs just because I'm posturing the question. If the Raiders are eliminated from the playoffs de facto by losing to the Titans, okay, they wouldn't necessarily be out of it if they lost to the Titans, but in all sense of the word, they're out of the playoffs. If they're out of the playoffs by losing to the Titans, wouldn't it be best to tell Josh Jacobs, we appreciate all that you've done, shipmate, but your career and what's going on from years upon next is more important than what's going on this year? Shouldn't the Raiders tell him, we appreciate your effort, but we need you to think about your longevity and next year and the year beyond that?
And I personally, you know me, Captain, I speak what I think.
Oh, yeah. I've never had any problem with that.
I really think we lose Sunday. And then we win out. I think we finish 3-1.
Okay.
Tennessee's defense is legit. They have one hell of a pass rush.
Yeah,
they can stop the run. I believe they're like 4th or 5th against the run this year.
Uh-huh.
I don't even get me started on Travis Henry. This dude is running strong. Henry is a beast.
He is. And by the way, it's good to see you there, Jacqueline. Come back anytime, hon. Go ahead there, Tommy.
It's just, I don't know. Now, I think we can get pressure on Tannehill. That I do think, and make him throw some balls to us. I just don't know if we can slow down Henry, personally.
Well, here's the thing, though. The Raiders, every time that they've played Ryan Tannehill, granted, every iteration has been as a Dolphin. Okay,
right.
So at different teams here, everybody say, well, Carr is 3-0 against the Titans. Yeah, that's true. But Carr is not 3-0 against Tannehill. He's 0-2 against Tannehill when it comes to count. And the Titans' defense is a hell of a lot better than what they had in Miami. So it's going to be, it needs to be a literal team effort where everybody has to do their effing job. And I don't know whether they're going to be able to do that on Sunday.
I don't know. I'm hoping that since you might as well say the first of the last game as far as we know in Oakland.
Yeah.
And I say as far as we know. Because you never know.
Right. Because like I said, there are reports that the Raiders are going to be there next year. And I'm telling everybody right now, if the Raiders are back next year in Oakland, I'm going to have at least 4 games up for sale. I'm not going back.
I don't know where you're hearing that at. I've heard that it's ahead of schedule.
It's diverse. Some people are saying that we're behind. Some people are saying we're ahead. I don't know where the truth lies. I don't.
That's why I said as far as we know.
As far as we know. Right. I don't know where the truth lies.
I mean, I do think we beat Jacksonville. If that is literally the last game in Oakland.
Right.
I believe we win. If they come out and it's an egg and we lose, something tells me that's not the last game and they know it.
Well, I tell you, if it is the last game in Oakland and they lose to Jacksonville, that will be a
there'll be a riot. That place they'll have one hell. I feel sorry for security.
Yeah, that will be a horrendous after effect. But then again, you won't know whether it's really the last game or not. If they lose to Jacksonville, it's going to be a riot, period.
Well, we need to beat Jacksonville because I have $150 on it.
That's the reason why we got to win, because Tommy's got money on it.
That, and I got money on Georgia, too. And I had money on Georgia before the beginning of the year. I had Georgia beating Alabama, though, because I had no idea LSU was going to do this.
Okay, now you think, is it straight up or is it with points?
Straight up.
Okay. No.
I had Georgia beat Alabama like before the season started. But of course it's LSU. But he asked me, he goes, "You want to stop it or you want to keep it?" And I said, "I want to keep it."
Okay.
I said, I'll take their defense. I'll take Georgia's defense.
Okay.
I'd love to see Georgia win it, just to piss off a bunch of people just because 2 SEC teams got in.
Yeah.
Because I really don't want to see Oklahoma in it. I damn sure don't want to see Utah in it.
Right. Now, do you think that, I mean, I know you don't like the SEC because I know you're
I can't stand the SEC.
I got you, but would you agree, though, that the SEC may be deserving of 2 spots this year?
If Georgia wins.
Yeah, okay.
If Georgia loses, I would not be surprised if, and then this is if, I'll say this, Georgia loses, whoever wins the Big 12 championship between Baylor, Oklahoma gets that 4th spot.
I think you're right, and I think
they drop Utah. The worst thing that happened to Utah is when Oregon lost to Arizona State a couple weeks ago.
Uh-huh.
That killed the Pac-12.
Okay. If you're calling me on my phone, call me on the number that's on the screen because I see a 702 number that's calling me on my phone. I don't know whether it's somebody from Vegas. So if you're calling me to talk on the show, call the number on the line, 813-699-0834. Go ahead, Tom.
And don't be surprised if Tua and Fromm both come back next year and don't go pro.
Okay.
I would not be surprised. I don't think Tua is going to end his college career on an injury.
Okay.
I could be wrong. Now, Fromm, we have talked about this. I think Fromm should come back.
Yeah, I think Fromm's a very good quarterback, but I think that he might have the opportunity to come back and actually win the SEC next year.
Yep.
If he doesn't do it already on Saturday.
And I'll end it this way. I'd love to draft DeAndre Swift out of Georgia for a backup to Jacobs.
Oh, yeah.
I would love that. We would have a 2 counter punch.
Yeah, and DeAndre Swift is fast, elusive, and he is a powerful back. And I love where he's from. Kid's from Philly, and he would make a wonderful back. Like I said, the Georgia running backs, Nick Chubb, Sony Michel, now DeAndre Swift. Very, very capable at the next level. I would love to have DeAndre Swift as a...
Well, don't forget about Todd Gurley.
Oh, okay. I'm talking about recently, but yeah, Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley, though, I think might be damaged goods.
Well, and I forgot. Did you see the reports out of Pro Football last night?
No, sir. What are you talking about?
I think it was, I can't remember his name. Came out and said, don't be surprised if Andrew Luck's not back in the NFL next year.
Yeah, that's
as a Raider.
As a Raider, yeah, that's a Mike Florio report. And I'm not sure what the validity is. Tommy, I got to let you go. Thanks for calling in, brother. Always good to hear from you.
You too.
All right, that's Tommy Beard. And we got... why did you hang up? Call back. The number that was calling me on my phone. Call back. Call back. I was ready to go. I was ready to answer. Please call back. It's a call from Vegas. Nick Chubb, yep. Please, there was a call from Vegas, 702. I'm not sure who it was. So hopefully they'll call back. Call back. Call back. We'll see if they'll call back. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. I had a call from Vegas. They were calling my phone. Shoot, the Flyers lost. Okay, well, they're not going to win. It's what, December? There we go. 702, who am I talking to?
You know who?
Okay, is this Jacqueline?
Yeah.
Okay, honey. Well, your name is not coming up here, so I will put. I don't know why, because it didn't even show up in my phone as you were calling. So I'll have to make sure that I got you in here. Hang on a second, honey.
Okay.
Okay. So how you doing, darling?
I'm good. I just want to say that Carr is a quarterback, win or lose.
I got you.
That's all.
Okay.
That's all I want to say.
Well, but here's the thing, though, hon. You got to understand, though, and we're not. I'm not hating on Derek Carr. I'm not. But the thing is that we have to make sure that is this your number, or are you calling from a different number?
This is my number.
Okay, because I have. That's why it didn't show up, because I have your other number down too. Okay, Derek Carr is our quarterback. I got you. But unless Derek Carr there's my phone. Unless Derek Carr gets more participation from the team, I don't know whether Derek Carr is going to be our quarterback after this year. I'm not saying yay, nay, or otherwise. I'm just saying that there is a possibility that John Gruden might go with somebody different.
No, you know what? I have the faith.
Okay.
I have the faith, and, I'm a Raider, so you know what? People can say what they want to say, but I like Carr, but I'm gonna keep the faith. That's all.
Oh, now all true Raider fans, and I want to say that again. All true Raider fans will root for whoever is wearing the silver and black, and I will even say that goes for at the time they were playing for us. I'm gonna quantify this. At the time they were playing for us, I rooted for Warren Sapp. At the time he was playing for us, I was rooting for Randy Moss. Okay? These people I cannot stand them. But when they were wearing the uniform, I was rooting for them because they were a Raider. Now, if you ask Randy Moss about it, he'll deny ever being a Raider. Said, I was never a Raider. And that's why we don't like you, Randy Moss. And Warren Sapp can eat from under. And you know what that means. So those are two guys that I will never give any due to. But if you are wearing the silver and black and you wearing it and you are proud to wear it, I have no problem with you. And that's why, excuse me, I'm rooting for whoever's playing quarterback for the Oakland Raiders. I'm rooting for whoever's playing quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders. Whoever is wearing the uniform is who I'm rooting for.
Okay. I understand.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not bagging on Carr. I'm bagging on the fact that Derek Carr has issues, John Gruden has issues, the defense has issues, the offense has issues. We all need to figure it out that this is a team sport, and that goes from the head coach down to the water boy, and you win as a team and you lose as a team. Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I was just I had something go down. Jacqueline, if I need to have a Heimlich, you'll need to come out and do it.
We don't. You guys
Okay.
Now, your husband, I was hearing, was like Army, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Remember, go Navy, beat Army.
Yeah.
Tell the bad pirate I said hello, though.
Okay, I will.
Okay. Now, Jacqueline, before I let you go, what'd he say? I can't hear him.
It's okay.
Before I let you go, Jacqueline, are we going to win on Sunday?
Yes.
Okay. Then I have it on good authority, because Jacqueline says, and Jacqueline is my favorite Chamoran, that we're going to win on Sunday. It's a given. We got it in the bag.
All right.
Okay. Anything else you wanted to talk about, hon? Because I love hearing from you.
No. So bye to everybody, all the Raiders out there.
Okay.
Okay, bye, Captain Jack.
Bye, Jacqueline. You take care, honey. Thanks for calling in.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
So.
That was Jacqueline. That was the bad pirate's wife. I think she says she's like 4'9". Little pocket size. And she gave me permission to carry her like a what do you call it? like a baby or whatever, and I can adopt her too, because that was from the last show. If you're not seeing from the last show, I've adopted Jacqueline, and I can carry her like a baby. Okay. Let me see what I want to try to get. The Vegas PSLs are 95% sold. That's true. That is true. And the subcontractors will be penalized $5 million a day if the deadline is not met by July. Here's the thing. We do not know what's going on. We don't know what's going on in the locker room. We don't know what's going on in the practice field. We don't know what's going on. Hey, Jimmy Farrell, they already got my PSL money. I got one more payment in March. My last payment. I don't spread out the payments. I don't want to say interest. Why? It's a lot of money. That was the phone call. No, Jimmy Farrell, that was Jacqueline. Because Jacqueline's calling from Vegas. They got my money. But I tell you, if the Raiders are playing in Oakland next year, I'm not going to all the games. Not doing it. So if the Raiders are playing in Oakland next year, and let's say that it's the entire season, it's all the home games are in Oakland next year, I'm not going to all the games. Not doing it. First off, I'm going to sell my tickets because that will be the last year in Oakland. I will be selling tickets to people that actually will want to go to the games, to see them play in Oakland one last time. And we'll see what's going on. I hear about the fines. I hear about what will happen. We'll see. Line is open, 813-699-0834. So if you haven't called in, and we've heard from Jimmy, we've heard from Ed. Did we hear from Ed? No, I don't think Ed Winchell's called in yet. So we've heard from Jared, we've heard from Jimmy, we've heard from Mike Serra usually calls in. Mike Markert, I'd love to hear from you. Flyers lost 3-1. Well, such is life. We've heard from Ruben, and again, I don't kick people off. I probably should. You know, when I got a call in and the other person call, I don't like to do that, but I might have to start. As far as the game Sunday, I got to see how we're playing in the first quarter. I normally can tell who's going to win the game by what we do in the first quarter. Now, it doesn't always occur, because if I would have said that, we would have won the second game against Kansas City, because we were dominating, by the first quarter, we were dominating. We were up 10-0, and we were dominating. And then Kansas City came back and scored 7 points earlier in the second quarter, and then they scored 21 points, boom, 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 boom. And that's Cordero Patterson showing why, he was a very fleet-footed receiver. The Bears are going to win this game. Dallas is playing like ass. So unless somebody can tell Jason Garrett how to play his people up to their capabilities, Dallas is going to lose. It's what I'm seeing out of the corner of my eye. I haven't seen really any effort from the Cowboys. And in fact, the Bears should have another 3 points, but the guy kicked the ball wide. Kicked the ball wide. So, we'll see. Line is open, 813-609-0834. Yeah, they're 30-year contracts there, Don. But, you can get your money back when you sell them. We'll see about that. Subcon be penalized. We'll see. You never were satisfied with mediocrity until now. I'm not a hater. I think Carr doesn't have the capability to be a winner. They will file bankruptcy. That's for the subcontractors. We'll see. Just on talent. I wanted to see that. Just on talent. Yeah, Moss and Sapp nearly top their position. Air Power, Met Sapp. I know, Don, we talked about that. And like I said, Sapp is an asshole. And that's from personal knowledge. Alterative difference of opinion doesn't mean we like to. I got you, man. Like we're that's what we are allowed to do here, is to voice our opinion. That's what we're allowed to do here, is to voice our opinion. Okay, this is a talk show. This is a Raider fan primarily, but a football talk show. We talk about hockey and baseball, because I know Jimmy likes to talk about hockey, and Jared talks about everything. But we're gonna talk sports. Cleve Farrell does need to gain weight. So does Max Crosby. They all need to gain weight, and they all need to get more. They're gonna get better, stronger, faster. Rivera in Dallas? No, I think. Well, here's the thing. I think that either Jason Garrett or Ron Rivera might wind up in New York. If the Chicago, and that, I think that Ron Rivera might wait to see if Nagy survives in Chicago. If Chicago starts winning at the end, then Chicago won't be open, and Rivera will have a pick of either Dallas, which I don't think he'll take, because honestly, do you want to be a coach working for Jerry Jones? And the answer is no. Jerry Jones is this equivalent of what everybody used to bitch about with Al Davis, is that you don't want to be the Raiders head coach because you're working for Al Davis. And that's just the way it is. Al Davis was a very hands-on owner. And the only really hands-on owner in the NFL today is Jerry Jones. So do you want to be the Dallas Cowboys head coach? Because what you say really doesn't matter, because Jerry Jones might say something else. I don't want to be that coach. So if Ron Rivera is offered the Giants job, if it's open, he'll take it. If he's offered the Bears job, he definitely would like that. Would he like the Raiders defensive coordinator job? I don't know. Bears just scored again. Bears are whipping that ass. Antonio wins the Big Ten Player of the Year, cold weather and winter. We need a great cold. Don, I like them. I want to see some players that actually can play in the cold. Wheeler is a Philly. I think we overpaid for him. Bears just scored. If Giants hired Garrett, Giants fans will have a riot. I know they hate Garrett, but Jason Garrett was a Giant. He was a Giant. He was a Giant quarterback too. He wasn't just a Cowboys quarterback. Look it up. He played for the Giants. The Maras know him. It's not out of the realm of possibility. Okay? It's not out of the realm. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Would it be hard to stomach? Sure. But you know what the best deodorant is? Is winning. And I'm not saying he will win, but if he was hired in New York and he started to win with that club, they would forget. It would be hard, but they would forget. They don't care. People want a winner. And they really don't care who takes you there. Ed Winchell, thanks for calling in, because I was going to say, if we don't have callers pretty soon, I'm going to have and I'm still going to say this, I might just have an hour and a half show. How you doing, brother?
Not bad, brother. How about yourself?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thought I'd throw my 2 cents in about the construction going on in Vegas.
Okay.
I have heard from people working on the stadium in Vegas, who actually work there. I mean, I'm 3 hours from Vegas, and I'm an hour from Oakland, so I've got it in both ears. And what I've heard exactly is yesterday they found out they have been tightening the bolts much too tight for the last month or so, and they're starting to break. So, in turn, that screws up the timing for the roof because all of the bolts that are too tight are breaking down. Okay. And that's what I do know. I have heard that there's no way they're going to complete it in time for next year because there's a lot of things that are going south.
Okay.
That's all I know about it. That's all I know about it, but it doesn't sound encouraging to me.
Now, because somebody was saying if this was from Zoli, I said that. So your source is similar to my source in what they're saying. So at least at least the sources are close in what they're saying.
On the same page.
Are on the same page. Yeah. Okay. Now.
And not only did I hear it, but I read it somewhere. So I don't know if it was on, or I saw it either on TV or as I, perused the internet. I recall them talking about the bolts breaking down strictly because they were torqued way too tight, and they're starting now to fall apart. And that's really all I know. It just doesn't sound good. And I don't know any reason why anybody would want to, conspirize against the Raiders. It's just, it throws me off because I'm trying to put a party together for us on opening day in Vegas.
Well, you can still do the party. It just doesn't. It just might be 2021.
Might be in Oakland.
Well, if you do a party for the opening game in Oakland, make sure I'm going to be there. Okay. But if you're going to have a party for the opening game next year, I'll be out there. And like I said, if we're playing in Oakland next year, okay, I'm not going to all those games. Those are 8 games, not counting the preseason ones, but those are 8 games. I'm not going to every game. I'm not. I'm going to sell my tickets, and maybe this time I'm actually going to sell them at a profit because I don't normally do that where I sell the tickets at face value. I might sell them for a profit this time because then I will know that this really would be the last year in Oakland. And if you want to go to a Raider game, you're going to have to pay a little bit more for the tickets. What pisses me off is when I put my tickets up for sale for the game this Sunday, and the guy turned around and put them up for $100 more per ticket. That pisses me off because I'm not
that's
like
bullshit.
that.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah. So that's just the way that is. But that pisses me off. I don't know whether he got them sold yet. I didn't look. I just knew that they were still at the time that they were still available. I don't know if they were sold or not. But that pisses me off. I'm not out to hammer anybody, and this is what's going on. But such is life.
Another thing with the stadium in Oakland is people may think when the Raiders lose that they're going to tear it down. That's not going to happen because the A's don't have a stadium to play in 2020.
Right.
So they've got to play in Oakland.
Right.
That's their home. That's where they're going to play.
Right.
So, the A's are looking for a new stadium. It sounds like it's going to be somewhere in Jack Square in Oakland, which is a much nicer area than where the stadium is now. But that's 2 years away from now, unfortunately.
Well, I think that maybe I might go out to Oakland to see. I mean, I might stay with you. I might stay with some other friends. I might see an A's game at a new stadium. I always liked the Athletics. Just the only thing I really hated about that field was when I had a big friggin' baseball diamond in the middle of my football field, and that always pissed me off.
Yeah, me too. Everyone was talking about no more football games on baseball diamonds, but it looks like it's going to happen next year if Vegas construction doesn't happen.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I mean, if you look at the penalties and the fines for being behind schedule, and you need to put on that third shift. Is it more economical for you to put on a third shift to work around the clock than it is with paying $5 million in fines allegedly. And I don't know where that figure came from, but allegedly a $5 million a day, $5 million a day. That to me is
that's not right.
That can't be right. Maybe
No.
it's $5 million a month. I can see that.
Yeah, I can too. But
Yeah.
a day ain't no way.
No.
Ain't no way. You know, the thing about it is people, I don't know if they know, Vegas gets freaking cold in the winter. It's located in a desert, which we all know.
Right.
But it gets, 10, 15 degrees. Doesn't get a lot of rain, but it really gets cold. And that's an obstacle they got to deal with if they're going to get through on time.
Yeah, and I was out there for New Year's Eve last year. In fact, I was live on the New Year's Eve broadcast on they said it was national. I know that it was definitely was local because people were showing me and if you go back to like January 1st of this year, you'll see the live broadcast of me dressed as Captain Jack for the New Year's Eve show. But it was cold. I will attest to that. It was cold on New Year's Eve. So it was cold. Yeah, it was cold.
You know, they get very rarely do they get snow, but that cold is bitter cold. You know, so I've read and I've seen a lot of mock drafts, and a lot of them are saying the same thing about the Raiders. Not their first pick, but their second pick. I think the first pick, the most of the mock drafts, and for whatever they're worth, they're looking at the Raiders drafting a wide receiver first. Second, which is only 2 or 3 spots away, and I know it can go either way because of the Bears. But right now, Justin Herbert, or whatever, I think that's how you pronounce his name, is the consensus second pick for the Raiders out of Oregon, which makes a lot of sense.
Well, I've heard good things about him, but I've also heard that he has shit the bed when he needed to play up to his potential. Now, if I'm not mistaken, doesn't Oregon play in the Pac-12 championship game?
Yeah. Okay. They're going to the bowl.
Okay, so
they're going to a bowl.
Well, no, not that they're going to a bowl, but don't they play this Saturday for the Pac-12 championship?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I believe they do, Captain.
So if that's true, then he will have a bunch of eyes on him to see whether he's going to play in a big game and see how he plays, because I've been told, and I'll be honest, I know the name, I've never seen him play. So
I've talked to Jared a lot about him, and Jared is really keen on him also.
Uh-huh.
So it's interesting about that.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for him, because here's the thing though. He plays for Oregon, and I seem to recall an Oregon quarterback about 6-7 years ago that was the talk of the town and was this, that, and the other thing, and was the greatest thing since sliced bread. And he got drafted number 2 by the Tennessee Flaming Thumbtacks, and he flamed out. So,
you remember his name?
Yeah, his name was Mariota.
Oh. Didn't Mariota play in Hawaii, or what am I missing here?
Well, he's from Hawaii, but he played in Oregon.
All right.
Yeah.
He played in Oregon. Yeah, that's right. He did.
Yeah,
You're right.
He was a Duck. So we'll see. We'll see how Herbert plays. I'm going to look for him, because I'm going to actually have a chance to know he's playing on a big stage, and I'll see how he plays. Now, Ed, I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to ask you, and then we're going to go. Are the Raiders going to shit the bed this Sunday, or are they actually going to play up to their potential?
I think they're going to play up to their potential. I think in their mind, like 98% of Americans who watch football knew Kansas City was going to be a bitch.
Yeah.
Now, I think they believe in analyzing this game that it's doable. And I think them considering that it's doable, they feel they have a chance. And if they have a chance and they know it, they're going to really get up and get ready for this game. And I believe, as much as I hate on, I don't want to use the word, as much as I think Carr is not the answer or has the capability to be a winner for us, I think he's going to have a pretty good game this week. I don't know, and I wanted to ask you this the other night on Monday, but I didn't. I looked at that last game at Kansas City, and I got to tell you, if you look at the film, the last 5 minutes, Carr looked like a different quarterback to me.
Yeah, because they were playing soft zone, and it was keep everything in front of you, and
right.
He could march down the field. So if they're playing soft zone prevent, yeah, and you're up 30-something points, they don't care. All you're doing is wasting time. So he went down the field and got the one touchdown in garbage time. And get this, I was walking out of my chair and I had some a-hole said, "Hey man, where are you going?" I'm like, dude, I'm walking to the other end of the stadium to see us score, asshole. You know, at that point, and I didn't get down there because I went into the area and got my what do you call it, my Coke. You know, as I get my souvenir cup from every stadium I'm at. So I got my souvenir cup. I saw the touchdown and it's like, yeah, about fucking time. And then what do? The extra point is blocked and taken back for 2 points. I'm like, that's just the way it is, man.
Right. I think we're going to have a good competitive game. I don't think there'll be any routes. I think it'll probably go down to the last 5 minutes, and it should be an exciting game for us, Cap.
Okay, I hope you're right. And Jerry Lopez chimes in, and like I said, Jerry Lopez, he knows Ryan Tannehill like he's his next-door neighbor. Tannehill has not been a good road quarterback. His best stats have been in home games. Okay, so it's night and day. So I'm hoping, Jerry Lopez, I'm hoping that's true. I'm hoping.
What Jerry?
Jerry's from South Florida.
No, what did he say?
He said that basically Tannehill sucks on the road, and there's a large disparity.
All right, Cap. Well, I'll let you go, brother.
All right. Great hearing from you there. Thanks for calling in, partner.
Thanks, buddy. Bye-bye.
All right. That was Ed Winchell calling in. And we have a little bit of time. I'll take one more call. So if you wanna be the last caller, give me a ring up. 813-699-0834. 813-699-0834. We've been on for an hour 20. I see the show. We've gotten some good words in. We've heard from a lot of people tonight, which is good. And if you're watching. By the way, if you're watching and you like what you see, like the old saying goes, give me some thumbs up. Because obviously Facebook, like I said, and I hate asking for them, but they basically said you got to have a good portion of your broadcast to be thumbs up. So hopefully you guys will be thumbs up. So my last call of the evening is going to be from Misery. Mike, Sarah, and Misery, how you doing there, brother? Whoa!
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, turn it down, brother. Mike, Sarah is at his normal, working his ass off, working out, and I can hear.
You betcha, that's what I'm at. Hang on.
Yeah, I when Mike Sarah calls, if it's normally loud, he's out working out, which means you need to do about another 12 reps of 225 extra. Just
okay, is that better?
Yeah, it's a lot better. There you go.
Oh, good. Yeah, I had you on my headset. Sorry. Yeah, I'm in the middle of the gym here, doing nothing, just sitting on a bench right now. But,
okay.
Anyway, yeah. I'm getting pretty depressed here, man, because Carr sucks. Gruden can't call the plays. Of course, Gunther's a terrible defensive coordinator, and now they're tightening up the bolts too tight on the stadium. We're not going to be able to play. I mean, goddamn, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I tell you, the end of the year is turning out to be a real shitter. That's about the way.
It's doom or gloom, man. It's doom or gloom.
About the way I can say it, which is, it's unfortunate, but I mean, I don't make this stuff up. People were asking me whether I got these reports from Zolly Para because, again, Zolly Para, everything is bad with Zolly, and you know, the Raiders will never go to Vegas, and conspiracy theories and all that. I don't listen to Zolly Para, okay? So we'll see.
I'm not worried about it. They'll get the stadium ready. I'm not concerned about that at all. They're gonna make sure they get ready. Mark Davis is gonna make sure he gets ready. They're not gonna fail. They're not gonna want to play another year in Oakland, I'm sure.
I know. Like I said, if they do, I'm not going to be there. I mean, I'll be there for the first game, and I'll be there for the last game. But the stuff in between, I ain't going out there. No, I ain't going out there. No, because I love the fans. Don't get me wrong, people. I love our fans, but I don't really like that stadium, and it's not going to improve in 1 year. And I'm sorry to say that, and I'm not being disparaging to the team, but I don't dig the stadium.
No.
So
I've been there once. I had a great time. I loved it. But that's only because I was only there one time. Yeah. And we won. So I got to say it was a great experience for me.
Right. I mean, if you're going out there and say, I went to Oakland once and it was great, that's great. But if I go to I shouldn't say all these games, but I go to 80% of the game, I think that's about what it averages out to, 80% of the games, if not more, that I've been, and it's gone up progressively. But if we're in Oakland next year, I'm not going to go to all the games. It's a lot of money, and it's just it's hard travel, and I'm just going. In fact, to be very honest, I'm not going to go to all of the away games like I have been doing because again, it's a lot of money, and if there are away games at places that I've been to, I'm going to look to go hang out with some Raider clubs. And not go to those games. I'm going to go hang out with a Raider club and see the fans there because I enjoy that as well.
Yeah, that would be a fun time.
Yeah,
I noticed at that stadium. The stadium smells a lot like marijuana all the time when I was there.
Well,
I don't know if that was just my imagination or.
No, it wasn't your imagination. You can smell lots of good weed outside of Oakland. That's just the way it is.
Well, I mean, like actually in the stadium. I mean, I smelled it in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Smelled it in my seats that I was in. But it was fun, man. It was a good time. I'm just kidding, but it was a good time. I enjoyed it. But yeah, I understand. If you've been there for every game, you've seen it all, you've done it all. You need to move on. And this new stadium in Vegas is going to be really nice.
Yeah, and I can almost guarantee you that there won't be a cloud of green dust in the new Vegas stadium because they're going to crack down on it. They want there's nothing better than fresh stadium smell, like new car smell, new stadium smell. They're going to want to have that for as long as they can have it.
Yeah, I know the bathrooms were disgusting, and they had the trough. That's pretty disgusting, pissing in a trough. I don't really enjoy that too much. Yeah.
Oh, I agree. It didn't behoove me either, man. I mean, have I gone to? I'm trying to think. Yeah, I've used the urinals there or the trough. I don't dig it. And the other thing is when I'm wearing my Captain Jack stuff, it literally can be a almost literal pain in the ass to take all my stuff off in order to use the restrooms. I'll never.
Yeah, you don't drink that much, so you don't have to worry about it that much.
No, I don't. So I can wait until I get back to the hotel. That's just the way it is.
Yeah. So I'm getting back to the game here. We're getting back to the team, I guess. I haven't heard anything about Preston Brown playing. I don't know if he's going to play yet. Markel Lee's back. I think that's positive for the defense.
Yeah, it is. And we got rid of Davis to get Markel Lee in there. And
Which is another positive.
Yes, yeah. I want to see what Markel Lee is playing like, and we're going to need linebackers who can actually play. We signed that kid Pearsonell that played for us in the preseason. He's on the practice squad now. He's one of those burners like Rico Gafford is. Rico Gafford is up on the 53. I'd like to see more out of Rico Gafford because we definitely need to have a burner.
We need some speed.
Yeah, we need some speed.
What I noticed about watching the Raiders play recently is their offense looks very slow. I don't know if it's just because the Chiefs' offense is explosive, but they look so slow out there. And nobody stretching the field, and that's obviously going to help. I mean, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. And we need to play faster. We need to play harder. And I want to see something. It actually kind of is better that I'm not out there to watch it this weekend because, again, if the Raiders play like they have been the last 3 weeks, I don't want to be there. I don't want to be there.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, but
I don't see that happening. I think they're going to come out and play good. They're going to play hard. They might not win, but they're going to play good. I think they're going to, and I think you'll see an improvement by the car. I think you'll see an improvement by the whole team. I just have a good feeling about it. I think people are blowing this the shoulder injury that Jacobs has. I think that's being blown way out of proportion. I don't know. I don't know. Like you said, we're all on the outside looking in. We have no idea what's going on, but I think he'll be fine. But I do agree with you. If we're out of the playoff hunt, then I definitely think we ought to slow him down for the rest of the year. I'm not saying shut him down, but slow him down. I'd like to see him still play a little bit. I mean, he's got to continue to play, but I wouldn't rush him 20 times a game if we're not going to be in the playoffs.
Well, and that's the thing, though. If you're not going to get anything out of him other than padding his stats, which in my mind, I don't know of any other rookie that's played as well as him. I mean, I'd have to see. No other rookie comes to mind. Okay, and I'm not.
The one thing I know, well, Kyler Murray's pretty good. But the one thing I noticed about Jacobs is that I shouldn't say anything about it, but I noticed he doesn't have that breakaway speed. I mean, he's never a threat to break it all the way. I mean, he'll get those good 10, 15, 20, 30-yard runs, but I don't know if you noticed that too. I just don't see him with the breakaway speed.
Well, you know what? If he's getting those 20, 30-yard runs, I'll take that.
Oh, yeah. We don't do that. Exactly.
I mean,
he's just not a home run threat. He's not like a Napoleon Ball.
Right. And you know what? Like I can't remember, was it the Tommy Beard that says drafting DeAndre Swift, who definitely lives up to his name? That would be great. I mean, I don't know what his 40 speed is, but DeAndre Swift is fast and elusive. I don't know whether he's track speed fast, but he is a good back that we need, and we need another back that can spell Jacobs. I mean, I look at what the Seahawks have with Carson and Penny, and I want something like that. I want to have a tandem of running backs that are just plug and play, and is what we need to have for the future. So you give me a tandem with Jacobs and some back to be determined, and that's what I want to see. So you're saying saying we're going to win, though, right, Mike?
Yeah, you know what? What the hell? I'm going to say we're going to win. Yeah, I am. Hey, why watch the game if you think you're going to lose?
Yeah.
So I'm doing it. We're going to win.
Okay.
I think we're going to definitely play better. I know we're going to play better. So.
Well, Jacqueline says we're going to win, so, I mean, we got to win because Jacqueline says we're going to win.
There you go. She's great.
Yeah,
it's great to have somebody new on the phone.
Yeah, and she's married to the Tony Chambliss Jones. He's the bad pirate. I'm the good pirate.
Yeah, he didn't sound too friendly. At least what I could hear from him.
Well, I've chatted with him. Tony's a good guy. Tony's a good guy.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No, you don't like Jared. That's who you don't like.
Yeah, I just yeah. It's not that I don't like him. I guess I prefer Raider fans to be on here. So
I know.
I know you like your diversity, and that's fine.
I'm just giving you a ration. Yeah, I do. I like the fact that with Jared call, I tell you what, Jared's consistent. Every show he's here, and Rob, the Chiefs fan, he's there too. So and I like to have everybody call in. I like to have everybody share and get this out. So we'll see.
Yeah, we need to get that Chiefs fan to call in. That would be interesting. I'd like to hear what he has to say.
Well, if you guys want to know what Rob looks like, look on my Facebook with the family. There's some family photos, and I was with him. Great people, and they made. And what I loved about it was I didn't get a chance to have any barbecues. I don't think they had any left, but they had chocolate chip cookies, man. I love chocolate chip cookies, so anybody that makes chocolate chip cookies is a friend of mine.
They're a friend of yours, yeah.
That's right.
Awesome. That's great.
Hey, Mike, I was gonna say I'm gonna let you go back to your crush, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, you hear all this banging around here.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, but I'm gonna sign up. But you take care, and we'll hear from you on Sunday.
All right, sounds good. Hopefully it'll be a victory.
Okay. Thanks again.
Talk to you then.
All right, take care. Bye-bye. That's Mike Sarah in Misery, and yes, I said that correctly. I'm not actually. I don't know. I actually need to put on the YouTube. I need to say it. If you like what you see, please give a thumbs up. Make sure that folks know that this is worth your time. I appreciate that. Jerry Lopez is correct. The fact that the Raiders are basically playing themselves, and the fact that they're very similar statistically, offense and defense, and we'll see. Who wins out. Yes, stats are for losers. That's what Raheem Morris said. I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank everybody that had a chance to call in. I like to know that everything is. My outro music ain't playing. Oh well, I don't know why. I'll have to check the connection on that. Thanks everybody for being here, and we will see you on. Did Dallas score, or did they fumble the ball? Oh, they scored. Okay, so Dallas is making a game of it. Remember. Dallas needs to beat the Bears, so they're down 10 and the fourth quarter just started. So we'll see if they can do this. I'm just saying because the Bears, that Raider pick goes up, the more they lose. So we'll see you guys after the game Sunday. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you getting the word out. We're a little over 500. Subscribers. Let's get to 1,000. Let's get the word out so that everybody will come join us, and we'll have more of a show that we can enjoy with a whole bunch of more people. Y'all take care. I'm gonna go and get some rest and get ready for the weekend. We'll see you on the next show immediately after the Raider game on Sunday. No excuses. I'll be home. We'll see you on Sunday. Raiders, baby. Let's get that win.